Hello and good morning, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. If you are not new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here today, for clicking on this video, and for joining me for a virtual coffee date on Thursday morning, depending on where you are in the world. I know some of you are in other parts of the world. Some of you are even getting up in the middle of the night to watch this, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for being here. It is so good to see you guys. Good morning, okay? So if it is morning for you and you are drinking coffee or tea, let me know what kind. I've got mine here. Do you remember when I used to tell you guys that I like to put the iced coffee in there and then I like to put my protein drink in on top of it? I like to do chocolate flavor most of the time, but sometimes I do vanilla. And that's what I'm having today. I've been getting back to these this week and it's been so good. I kind of forgot about it. So good morning, you guys. It has been 11 weeks since I did a live video, and I know I promised you that I was going to do the live video in our upper room over there. The background here isn't so, it's a little chaotic. It's a little crazy. But when I tested doing our video up in the upper room that we're finishing and restoring right now, it was so bright that I couldn't see the camera barely. I couldn't see you. I couldn't see anything. And so I tried all different spaces but we've got a lot of light in there now that we have found all of these wonderful windows. The window on the far side, I didn't even know we had. I'd never seen the window in my life. And so we've got a lot of light coming in. In fact, I'm going to have to get blinds on there so they don't wash out our dolls, because we're going to be putting a lot of dolls up there. So Colleen said, Diet Coke, you're having Diet Coke in the morning. Sometimes I do that too. Don't tell anybody. So it is so good to see you guys. It is so nice to be here chatting on a video, having our morning talks. Boy, I have missed you. I have missed our talks, our chats, our checking in, our video, all the things that we love to do. I've missed you, and I've missed that so much. And thank you so much, all of you. There's just so much for us to catch up on. But thank you so much for giving me the time and space that I needed to do what I needed to do to be able to stand in front of you today and be back in action. What has happened over, the last several months for all of us in so many different ways is so compelling and life-altering and changing, and there's just none of us have not been affected by this, and we have all been affected in different ways. And what I love about this community, and what I am so proud about this community, and what you guys have done for me and for others and for what I see you do, is you have carried us through. What happened in my world, a lot of you, so many of you can empathize with, because what happened is a universal experience, and a lot of you have experienced it. And you guys swooped in, picked me up, and you carried me through. And this community is so incredible. I have never in my life been more proud and honored to be a part of this community and in this space, and to have this platform to share with you and to talk with you, and to have our friendship. Our friendship has meant everything to me over the years, but especially in the last several weeks. I'm going to turn my camera a little bit, you guys, because all of that over there is just so, we're going through so much here, as you can imagine. And I'm like looking at all those clothes that are just haphazardly like over there. Some of them got wet back when we had our roof You guys, we needed a roof so bad, and I got us a new roof. The new roof's on. It's brand new. It's sparkly. It's white. It's beautiful. It's insulated. It keeps us cool and warm, and it's all the things. But before we had the roof, we had a couple leaks in a couple different places, and so everything's fixed. Everything is safe, but it has been so crazy here, and. You guys, good morning. I'm seeing all of you popping on this thread, and thank you so much for being here and for sharing the video and getting up and being here. It is so fun to see you. I was so excited this morning because, first of all, I love that I can now, not that I couldn't before, but it was just when I started posting pictures of myself without makeup, wearing overalls, just being exactly how I appeared that day. It was so liberating and freeing for me. And your feedback about that was just so amazing. And I love that now I can be every single part of the way that I want to show up, whether it's glamorous with the hair and the things and the dresses. I wish you guys could see my dress. I'll post a longer picture of it. Or with overalls and my hair in a top knot and just being who I am and working and, scrubbing floors and doing all the things. We get to be all the things together. We get to do and be all of the things together. And so just to unleash myself to you guys over the past several weeks really meant so much. It was part of my new beginning. It was part of redefining myself. It was part of so much. And you guys just mean so much to me. It is so good to see you. Hi, everybody that's in Australia that's tuning in. I know it's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and bless you guys for getting up and meeting me here. It is so wonderful to see you. So after my mother passed away, and you guys, let me know if you understand how this is, but when you have something really major happen to you in your life. Now, this could be a loss or just any kind of loss or, seismic change. One of the things that is very difficult when you think about what you're going to do is your role. And for my entire life and the things that I had been doing here, my role centered around a lot of running my mom's shop. It has always been my mom's shop. And in the last several years, taking care of my mother and doing things like that. And so that was my role. And so then when my world changed, I thought a lot about my role in the world. What is my role? What do I how do I move forward? What is it that I do? And when you think about it on paper, or maybe you're defining the role for somebody else, it's a lot easier where you can say, well, your role is you're a content creator. You own and run a doll shop. You do virtual events. You're a girlfriend. You can figure out your roles. You're a dog mama. All these things, but when you're dealing with the head and the heart, it's a lot harder to think about what your role is. And so as you try to move forward, you think about, how do I come back into the world again? Who am I now? How do I start again in business? What does that look like for me? What does a day look like for me? And when something like that first happens, your role and the things that you need to do are sometimes the most simplest, but also sometimes the hardest. And it starts with getting out of bed. And then it starts with your non-negotiables, which are things that you need to do every day. And for me, the things that I needed to do every day was shower, take care of my dogs, come to the shop and do something. And in the first couple weeks after it happened, I thought a lot about what would be the worst case scenario for me. What would be the worst thing that could become of this, or that I could do? I'm gonna grab a sip of coffee. You know, what would be the worst thing that I could do? And after thinking about it a lot, because I thought about a lot of things, you guys, as much as I love my career and the things that I do and running the shop and traveling the world in the name of dolls, when something like that happens, how do I explain it? You guys know how you know what I mean. Nothing feels important, and you don't know exactly what to do. And I thought deeply about it, and I thought, do I just sell everything and live a quiet life at home by myself and grieve? Do I, because some days you feel like that. You just kind of want to stop and run away and not do anything anymore. And there were days that I just felt like I wanted to just disappear forever. And that would be the worst case scenario. The worst thing that I could do is to disappear and to stop and to not continue my work. And I want to come back and to continue my work and to share with you all of the wonderful things about this world, and to also grieve and heal and be a person too. You can do all of those things. I speak a lot about how even in this space, even in this incredibly difficult space and these moments, and if you've lost a loved one, I have never lost anyone this close to me ever until this happened. And when you know. And a lot of you have been there, and you are there. And you've told me a lot about that it doesn't go away, and none of you can take it away. None of us can take it away from each other, but we can meet each other where we are in it and help each other move forward with it. And so when it comes, I sit and I experience it, and I think about how can I let my grief become something that is positive and good for the world and good for me. What does that look like for me? And for me, it started with very basic things. Like I said, of course, getting out of bed, feeding my dogs, packing Derek a nice lunch for work. Just the little things. And then the little things got a little bit bigger. I thought, okay, I think I could organize that room up front. I think I could maybe paint the walls and do something good with that room and put some wallpaper on there and start and do these things. But it didn't happen all at once, and it doesn't happen all at once. It's little by little every day. And there's some days where I feel like I'm not getting enough done, or I'm even regressing, or you just have those hard days. And when that happens, that's when you need to just let it happen. Let it happen. Give it what it is. Experience the moment for what it is. Acknowledge the moment for what it is, and those thoughts. When you have thoughts that feel like they're not constructive, that's normal. I have found that that's normal. And you think about your worst case scenario. And mine would be giving up, and yours would be giving up. One of the hardest things that I have found with loss and moving forward is moving forward. Because when you start to do different things, when I started to come to the shop and do different things and to plan things and to order things and to live my life, it sort of felt like I was also saying that I was going to move forward in my life without my mom. And of course, that's what happens. You move forward in your life without your mom. But thinking that and your heart doesn't want to. A big piece of you doesn't want to. And my mom would want me to. And a lot of that has given me incredible strength. And just knowing that, because I didn't know that she was doing this, but she set me up so many years ago to do this and to be successful and to know how to run a shop. I had no idea that I knew how to do this. And of course, I'm still figuring it out, day by day. But she was setting me up for this. And I'm just so glad you're here. So how do I move forward? Well, I thought the first thing that I needed to do was to just get in front of you guys and say thank you so much. The cards, the gifts, some of your letters that you sent, I have read multiple times, 2 and 3 and 4 times, some of them. Your words are so incredibly powerful. I feel the vibrations of your support and your prayers, and I am just so incredibly thankful for you. And whenever I can write messages or words that mean something to you, that to me is one of the biggest gifts that I can give, because to be a piece of maybe your healing or maybe a part of my story gives you inspiration to move forward and do something exciting and good and powerful in your life. That to me is the ultimate reward. It is the absolute ultimate reward. Even if it's just one person, if it's one person out there that sees what I'm doing and says, you know what, because Rachel Hoffman's out there doing this monster renovation and organization and all these things, maybe I can organize this drawer today. I love that. So whatever it is, when I launched the last virtual convention, the Beyond All Limits one of the things that I talked about in my opening statements is that, and it was in the contents of collecting, but it was that I believe that we are all the same. I believe we are all the same. And what we want to do as human beings is to come here and to reach our highest potential and to feel useful and loved and to use our talents and our gifts to benefit the world and each other and to have community and friendship and to do all of these things. And it doesn't apply to just one group of people that sew a certain type of garment or one group of people that collect a certain type of doll. It's all of us. It's everybody. And that is why I feel like things like the virtual convention or even just videos that I just do every week are successful, because it's all about the community and just connecting. And so when I went through just the worst part of my life, you guys picked me up and carried me through. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just did what I could when I could. But none of you defriended or left because I was too depressing or sad. You met me where I was and you carried me through. And for all of you out there that have gone with me in the trenches and sent me those words and sent me those letters, I want you to know that your work matters. It matters so much. And when you comment on other people's posts, you take the time to send them a letter or a card, or the things that you do, the donations that you guys made to the food banks across the world. You have fed tens of thousands of people. It all matters and means so much. Do not give up. Do not give up. I am so glad I didn't do what would have been the worst case scenario for me, which is to give up and to sit home and be sad and grieve. Because I'm going to do that anyway. You're going to grieve. The depth of your grief is right there with the depth of your love. And things happen in our lives that are shocking, that are not fair, that are extremely hard. And what we need to do, and what I've had to do, is just keep on inching forward. Baby steps, big steps. Some days it's huge steps here. Some days it's baby steps, but just give your time and space to be what you need to be. And so I thought a lot about what it looks like for me to come back and to be in business and to what I need to do. And part of that was making this shop, my own. I'm no longer running my mom's doll shop. My mother left this shop to me, and I need to make it my own. And part of that is taking out the spaces that I don't feel served our greatest purpose. Making it a place that I feel is going to run better and be more functional and better for guests. And I'm doing it. I gave myself permission to just do what I need to do. I didn't feel bad about moving things that my mom never wanted to move when she was here. I didn't feel bad about sending some of the old antiques that have been here for 25 years. And when I say antiques, I'm not talking about doll stuff, just like old antiques of just glassware and all kinds of things. I didn't feel bad about sending those to the local auction, even though it's not what my mom would have done, because it is mine now. And I need to make it mine. And so when I move forward in the business, I'm carrying the light. There's not an inch of this place or really a moment that goes by where I'm not here and carrying my mom on my heart. And that will never go away. That will just never go away. But what I am excited about is to walk in and to have it be my shop. And to put, as Marie just said, and to put my stamp on things. And yes, I ordered wallpaper that I know she would have loved, but I don't think she would have put wallpaper up where I'm putting it. It's where I want to put it. I don't think she'd turn this front room back into a complete gallery for guests and dolls and events and things, but it's what I want to do. And I think she would love it. I think she would love it. It's okay that I've cried in front of you guys before. I thought I could actually do this video without crying because I am actually in a really happy space right now. Today is such a happy day because I couldn't wait to get pretty and to put on the dress and to come and talk to you. And that felt so good. It felt so good to want to do that. Linda just walked in and she's in the back, and I can't wait to start doing videos and showing you guys how we do doll stuff and what we do. She just let out a yelp. You're not going to do it today, don't worry. She just let out a yelp because I usually prepare her. But I'm excited to get back into doing stuff. I had to take my time to just go within and to just do those cathartic things of little by little every day, organizing and doing things. But it feels so good to want to come back. And I'm just going to come back the only way I know how, which is me and happy. And just doing all these like cool things and sharing them with you guys. And I'm so excited to do that with you. So when you're having a tough time and your feelings are so valid, when you guys are experiencing your feelings, I think of it like a river. Sometimes in a river, there's a big, beautiful river and there's tons of water going through and it's at full force and it's doing all of these things. And that's what it's like for me when I'm traveling or creating videos or doing conventions or launching products and doing all this like cool stuff. Like that's my river at full force, and it's this big, beautiful, flowing, crazy river. But then sometimes we find little rivers that are just these beautiful little trickles. And it's just a little tiny, tiny bit of water going through those rocks. Hardly any at all, just a real calm little trickle. Do we think of the river as any less of a river? We don't. It's still a beautiful river, no matter at what capacity it's flowing. So moving forward for me means being that river and flowing at any capacity that I need to that day. And I hope in doing so, for me, and to put it out there and to say that's what I'm doing, it gives you permission to know that you can also be that river and just flow at any capacity you need to that day. Some days you're going to be able to just clean your entire house, do all the things, make all the phone calls, cook all the food, do all the things. And some days you just can't because your heart doesn't allow it. And that's okay. You're still a beautiful river. And that river just keeps flowing. It keeps flowing. So I see you guys in all your wonderful comments, and just, thank you so much for sharing your hearts and talking about what it's like for you. It is, Marie said, the river of life, the mist can create rainbows. I love that. That is so true. It is so true. It is a river of life. And this isn't anything I expected to happen anytime soon, but no matter how prepared you are for things, that you never expect it. And so you just do your best and you keep on going. And I feel like no matter what you guys are going through, some of you are going through some monumental changes right now. Some of you have experienced a tremendous amount of loss and grief, and you're going through grief and you're having these things that are happening for you. Think of it as the river, okay? And just know that there are so many people out there that care about you, that want to see you succeed, that do not want to see you give up, that want to see you be the best version of yourself. Some of my versions look like overalls and top knots, and that for me on that day is the best version of myself. Some of my versions feel like and look like designer dresses and pretty makeup and a brand new tube of lipstick, and that's for me that day the best version of myself. But the most important thing you can do is just show up. Just show up and keep on, as Glenda said, rolling on down the river. Now, who sang that? Tina Turner. Rolling down the river. You guys, Tina Turner, she talk about a phoenix and rising. Tina Turner, she is a success story. It brings back such good memories of being in London and going to her show. Gosh, we just had the best time. Do you guys remember that sparkly suit that I found and wore and was like, I did that dance out on the street, and it was so fun. So fun. A lot of you are tuning in, and I know you guys are sharing what you're having grief with. And if you feel called to, go ahead and post it in the comments and let the community know how you feel. Losing Murray was just such a hard thing, even though I knew I was gonna lose him someday. And but when I look back on him and all of the animals that I've had and that I've rescued, I feel so much joy because It was so good. It was so good. And so when you're mourning the loss of a pet or a person, one of the things that just try to do is just remember how good it was. Gosh, I got to have it so good. And that is just one of the most beautiful things that I've had the privilege of experiencing and being able to do, is to have that little poodle for the time that I did, and to have my mom for the time that I did. You know, all of it was just such a gift. All of it was such a gift. Look at what I got to have. You know, I'm just so incredibly blessed. It is such a blessing to be here and to have you guys as friends, and to have the time and the space to just be and be who I need to be, and to show up how I need to show up, and to still have you guys be my friend no matter what. Time, Diana Vining just said, time is such an incredible gift. In coming videos, I'm going to show you guys some of the wonderful things that Diane sent here and did. And gosh, you guys are just so amazing. You guys are so amazing. So this is a happy video. I cried through a lot of it. There's probably no way I could talk about her and life and everything for the first time without, so I'm just allowing myself to do that. But it is a happy video because what I am doing here is so cool. And I get to share it with you and have you guys be a huge part of it, and have cheerleaders and people that care about what I'm doing. You care about the wallpaper, you know, you care about, you check in with me. As much as you guys think about me, I want you to know that I think about you so much. Even on hard days where I go several days without posting and stuff like that, you're always on my heart. And I'm always thinking about the community. And I know a lot of you walk around and you think you think throughout your day, I wonder how Rachel Hoffman is doing. And when you guys do that, it is such an incredible privilege that I get to be a part of your world like that. And that you get to be a part of my world like that. And that we get to connect here today and just be a part of each other's lives. So it's a happy video because I'm so glad to be back. I'm glad I broke the seal. I'm glad that now I can just come back and do my videos and have fun with you guys and do what we need to do, and not feel like I need to do it in any certain way, or that it has to have any kind of, I want everything to just be, I want us to just keep living life and having fun and doing what we do, and just honoring all of everything that is happening, while also at the same time having permission to be happy and to smile. You guys have permission. Even though my heart has been broken for the last 9 weeks, I still have permission to be a happy person and to smile and to laugh and to enjoy life. I have more than permission. My mom would want me to just start immediately with carrying on with my life, carrying on with my relationships. She'd want me to go out and do events and make this shop amazing and buy all the dolls. She'd want me to go have babies and to do all the things that I want to do. And so I'm gonna do it with you guys, along for the ride. Thank you for being there for all the moments, all the things. There's just no other way I could show up in front of you except just like this. Grateful, happy. I'm gonna show you guys my dress because it's so cute. You can't miss it. And tomorrow I'm excited to launch a fun project we have been working on. But that's not what I came to say today. Today is just me standing in front of you, pouring my heart out, letting you know how much I appreciate everything that you've done for me and how much you've been there for me, and to just hope that I can continue to be there for you through my story and through my pictures and through all of our adventures and everything that you do. And just know that I feel so good. So I cried, but that's okay. Part of crying is just, that's your emotions just getting out, and it needs to come out. So if it needs to come out, just let it. I do it all the time, and I don't feel bad. It's happy tears though. So I don't know how much I can show you. The dress is so dang cute. I'll post some pictures. So my worker bees are going to be here. Lyndon and Stanley are here. We got a lot going on. I will show you guys some more pictures and things that are going on. Thank you so much for tuning in today, for getting up and meeting me here. I will see you at the same time again tomorrow. And I just love you guys to the moon and back. I love you guys, and I just can't thank you enough. So we'll hear about the upcoming events tomorrow, but I wanted this just to be us, heart to heart, coffee mug to coffee mug. I just wanted to see your faces and to tell you I love you, and just know how much I appreciate you, and I hope you guys have such a great day. All right. Bye, guys.